I guess. So I wanted to film a video about, consistency over motivation. So, a lot of people, including myself in the past, like if I felt motivated, I would do some activity. Like I would try and start a business, or I would get excited about like a certain marketing campaign, or just a million like little things. Like there'd be like really short lived like bursts of energy and bursts of output. But then after that, I would just get like so just like either bored or like, oh, it's not working. What's the point even trying, kind of thing. And I kind of had something similar happen a couple like the last couple days, right? So I was like launching a podcast now. I've tried to launch a podcast about 2 to 3 times in the last like year. And I know you're like, wait, what do you mean you tried to launch it 3 times? How don't you launch it and it's launched? It's like kind of. But the one challenge I have right now, whenever I post like something like YouTube or whatever, is or if I may try to make like a second or third YouTube, I'm always comparing it to like the process that I have with this current iteration, right? So it's like, oh man, this podcast, like why would I put time into this podcast when I can, when my YouTube is growing so fast and it's like this, like, so it's very hard in a lot of cases to stay motivated. But then I had to remind myself, like how did a YouTube channel even get built? It got built off consistency, even when I wasn't motivated, because I didn't have like the subscribers and have the followers for a little while. Like it's just one of those things. But it's the same thing in like an accounting business. I know a lot of people like maybe you've been trying to do something, or maybe you've been thinking about trying. It's just overwhelming you, right? And it's like some days you're kind of like, I want to do this thing. Some days you're kind of like, I don't want to do this thing. Maybe it's like your job is just good enough to where you have no like major complaints, and it's like it's very easy to kind of just stick with the status quo. Maybe you're not as fulfilled as what you want to be, but it's not hurting you enough for you to kind of like make that movement or that process. Or maybe you're in a job and like you hate the job, like you just feel like you're underappreciated. They're not really taking your input, and it's just not quite going the way you want, right? Either way, it can be very hard to stay motivated, right? In the case where things are good, it's like, you get another bonus, or you get a couple vacation, you get away from it, then you feel good and recharged, versus, you're here and it's just, you just feel tired because you're just demoralized, right? And it's just, and when you're demoralized, you don't really have enough energy to kind of like pursue or kind of go after it, right? I've been in both places. But at the end of the day, it's not always really about how you feel. It's about just sticking through the basics and the stuff that we know we need to do, even though we don't feel like doing it all the time. It's the consistency through the hard times, through the unmotivated times that leads to success, right? And like as you get better and better and better in business, you're gonna have less and less days where you don't feel motivated. Like today, I kind of feel a little bit unmotivated, but it's also because like the lack of sleep I've gotten for like the last couple of days. I've been at like a conference, like a dance conference. So we're doing like a performance. But in addition to the performance, we had to go like all these like social dances. Like they were super late at night, and like I just feel like I'm just dragging today. I wasn't dragging yesterday, but today, I definitely feel I feel like. And that's the biggest thing, just really sticking. Now, one thing that's going to help you in terms of like sticking to a process and sticking to like your daily activities is having daily activities or having daily processes. So, I have a couple groups I have one group on Facebook, one group on school. Inside of it, there's actually a checklist that you can use to know what your daily marketing activities are every single day, and even how to create your own, right? Because like ideally when you're focusing on your marketing, let's say you have, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you have under 10 clients, or I'm assuming you're making under 5 grand a month if you're watching this video. If you're under 5 grand a month, it generally means that you don't have enough attention. Now, when I say attention, I don't necessarily mean you have to be like posting or getting on YouTube channels or TikTok. I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying like you generally don't have enough people knowing that you exist in order to do it. The micro number is if you're gonna do something over the course of a year, you need about 5 new people who are qualified, like qualified business owners, to know you exist every single day. If you just go get 5 new people, right, that can afford your service, and there's a lot of different metrics you can see to kind of like understand like who can afford your service. Like you can use like revenue per head. You can go and see like there's certain analytics tool that'll tell you how much revenue a company is doing approximately. You can look at number of employees, right? So just a million different things you can do to kind of understand like what your qualification process is. But you need to have at least 5 to 6 of these people a day, at least, right? And that's assuming that you want to reach like 6 figures within like the course of a year. If you want to do it within the course of 6 months, then you need about 10 to about 12 people every day, right? Which not challenging, right? You can network events if you don't have any other option. You can cold call. I don't recommend those two options because I did it when I was first getting started, but it was very trash, right? It just takes too much effort. Instead, I always recommend people utilize like social media and like referral partnerships. Social media, just because like it's built for connection, right? So people are actually looking to connect with other service providers or people that can help them out. So it's like it's just built for what you're trying to do, which is to build a network of people that want to help you out. Now, with that, you have to get good at like messaging, right? So that just means like once someone goes and like friend requests you or accepts your friend request, you need to know like what to say to get them to move. Now, I always recommend you use like a 3 to 5 message script, which is very short, sweet, and to the point. Now, we're not pitching our offer. We're more trying to pitch a relationship with us to understand like the pains, or problems, or concerns. Then we invite them to like a really short call. You can either do like a 15-minute call or you can try and do just a straight sales call. I like doing a 15-minute call first just because like it makes it easier for them to like you, to trust you. They send you access to their book so you can price things out before the sales call. It just makes things a lot lower it's a lot lower perceived pressure, right? So it doesn't feel like they have to buy from you that day or else they're dead to you. And like once you have those going back to the messaging, once you have those 3 to 5 messages that you send consistently, you can send those same 3 to 5 messages for the next 3 to 5 years. Like I have booked about 2,200 calls using pretty much the same exact message script, very little variation. There's slight customizations depending on like the moment I'm talking to, and like the position of who I'm talking to. Slight variations, but I can literally copy paste, change 1 or 2 words, and we're good. And that's all I do. So, once you have that process in place and you're getting the 5 to 6 people per day or the 10 to 12 if you're trying to grow a little bit faster, then you have your messenger script down. Next thing, you have to get good at your consultation call process. That's, what you say before the call, during the call, after the call, right? So before the call is how you get them to like view you as like a trusted authority. During the call is what you're saying, the questions you ask, the way you present your service, how you close without using a lot of pressure. After that is your follow-up game. So some people aren't going to buy from you on the first call. They're not going to buy from you after the first call. It might take 2 calls, 3 calls. It might take you 10 emails, right? It just depends. But if you don't have a good process in place where you can't do a third call with the person because you just don't have the skill set, or if you stop following up after your second email because you assume that they're not interested, it's just not going to work. But again, it goes back to consistency over motivation. You might not be motivated to keep emailing someone asking, hey, they're ready to get started, like what's holding up. But by being consistent, you're going to sweep up all that attention, all that traffic that really wants to work with you, but they're just not quite ready to go. And I still feel tired, but I feel a little bit more awake now than what I was. But, that's the main thing, guys. It's not always about how you feel. And I know that you might feel really bad, especially if you have like multiple kids, you got a job, maybe you're the one doing a lot of like the cooking, cleaning, whatever at your house, right? I don't know exactly your situation, but I know life is tiring sometimes, or most times, right? So you got to be able to sacrifice, 1 or 2 years to get this stuff moving, and then you can have the rest of your life to be free and get more time back. If you want some help, like maybe you've been trying to do this stuff, but it's just not quite working for you, I just invite you to go ahead and click the link inside the description. Book a call, see if I can help you, right? We offer customized support in our program because there's a lot of little things you have to get right in order for this business model to work for you. It's not like an eBay business where you just slap some stuff up on a website and then eBay sends you traffic and people just buy from you. There are some like things you have to work on, right? So like how to do your consultation call, how to price your services. We customize that and show you how to do that from scratch so you're always sure that you know what you're doing and you have complete certainty and complete control in the growth of your business and the growth of your income. So if that's what you want to do, if you want to be able to go get that life that you want to make sure this thing can help you out, go ahead and click the link. I'll see you on the other side. I can't wait to talk to you and see if we can help you, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.